Hi, boys and girls. This is Ms. Kathy. I'm so happy you've joined me today for another story just for you. War on Yoyo. Yoyo, go away and leave us alone. Chris and Maria Vargas both glared at their little sister Yoyo. She glared back at them. You can't tell me to leave, Yoyo shouted. This is my playroom too. I'm telling Mom. As she turned to run, Chris stuck out his tongue at her. She's getting to be a real pest, he said. We don't have to play with her if we don't want to. Maria agreed. Just because she's the baby, she always gets what she wants. Before long, Mom showed up. Yoyo was right behind her. Maria, Chris, why can't you play with your sister? Mom, we're trying to play this game, Maria said. She's not old enough to understand the rules. She always does it wrong. I am too, Yoyo said. I do not. Mom sighed. Well, at least let her watch. Sure, Mom, Maria said sweetly. As their mother left, Maria and Chris turned their backs on Yoyo and kept playing. Your turn, Chris, Maria said. See, I do know the rules, Yoyo said. Chris rolled a 3, and he gets to go 3 spaces. Chris ignored her. I got a 3, he said to Maria with a wink. Now I have to go backward 4 spaces because it's after lunch. Yoyo shook her head. They still ignored her. I got it too, Maria said next, so I have to go forward 5 spaces, 1 for each letter of my name. That's not how you play, Yoyo cried. She tried to tell them what to do, but both of them just pretended she wasn't in the room. Finally, she stomped out. That'll teach her, Chris said with a smile. Maybe she won't be hanging around us all the time now. Come on, let's start over and play the game right. Later, Mom came to Maria's room. You and Chris have been leaving Yoyo out of everything. Why? Well, she's too little to play with us. She always wants to play some silly game that we don't like. Mom shook her head. That's not being fair or nice. I wish you would try harder to get along with her. Maria told Chris about it later when they were supposed to be reading their Sabbath school lesson. Chris nodded. I know, she talked to me too. Wouldn't it have been great to be like Joseph in our lesson? He had his brothers shaking in their boots. You're right, Maria agreed. They didn't know who he was, so he could treat them any way he wanted to. He must have been laughing when he called them spies. The next day, Mom took everyone to the park. I expect all 3 of you to play together, she said, looking straight at Maria and Chris. I have an idea, Maria whispered to Chris. Let's pretend we want to go exploring in the woods with Yoyo. Then we'll hide from her, and she'll think she's lost. Let's do it, Chris whispered back. It could be like a war. Yoyo is the enemy, and we're hiding from her. Then he said, Yoyo, do you want to go exploring with us? Can I? Yoyo asked. Her smile spread into her eyes. That'll be fun. They led her down one trail after another. Finally, Maria stopped beside a big stump. You guys wait here, she said. I'm going to see what's around that corner. Then she walked away. After a minute, Chris said, I'll go see what Maria's doing. You wait here. Then he ran after Maria, leaving Yoyo all alone. Psst, Chris, over here. Maria waved to Chris from behind some bushes. Is Yoyo following you? Chris crawled in beside her. I didn't see her coming, but she will be in a minute. She's probably scared already. The 2 of them sat there quietly. They heard birds singing overhead. They heard insects buzzing through the leaves, but they didn't hear a sound from Yoyo. Where is she? Maria whispered. She should be running after you by now, shouting or crying. Suddenly, Maria's eyes got big. What if something happened to her? The same thought hit Chris. You don't think she's hurt or anything, do you? I didn't want to hurt her. I didn't think... We didn't think at all, Maria interrupted, pushing her way out of the bushes. She's just a little kid. Come on. They both ran back up the path. Yoyo! Yoyo, here we are! But Yoyo didn't answer. When they ran up to the big stump, Yoyo was gone. Oh no, Chris panted. She's gone. Someone kidnapped her. Maria's eyes filled with tears. She can't be gone. We have to find her. Oh, Chris, how could we be so mean? We're not like Joseph. We're like his brothers. We left her alone in the woods instead of protecting her. Chris slumped to the ground. What are we going to do? Pray, Maria said, dropping down beside him. We're going to ask God to keep Yoyo safe and to help us find her. Maria closed her eyes. God, we're sorry we tried to trick Yoyo. Please keep her safe until we can find her. And God, Chris added, if you help us find her, I promise to change and be a better brother, if you'll help me." They hopped up. "I'll go down this path," Maria said, pointing left, "and you go that way. Shout if you find her." Maria ran as fast as she could over the bumpy paths. "Yo-Yo! Yo-Yo, can you hear me?" She dashed up to the edge of a stream and almost fell in. Before she could jump across, she heard a sound. "Shh." There, beside a tree trunk, was Yo-Yo. "Shh," she said again. "You're going to scare the bunny." Yo-Yo pointed across the stream to where a white-tailed rabbit sat with its nose quivering. "I followed him all the way here." Deciding that 2 girls were too many, the rabbit disappeared down a hole. "Oh, Maria, you scared it away." "Yo-Yo, are you okay? I thought you were lost." Then Maria remembered Chris. "Chris," she shouted, "over here." Then she knelt down by her little sister. "I'm sorry I've been mean to you. I'm glad you're okay." Inside, she added, "Thank you, God, for keeping her safe." "Come on, Yo-Yo," she said, hopping up. "Let's go find Chris." "Will he help us find another bunny?" Yo-Yo asked. "I'm sure he will."
The story you have heard today is from the Shoebox Kids Bible Stories, written by Jerry D. Thomas and used with permission from the Pacific Press Publishing Association. If you're interested in any other books published by the Seventh-day Adventist Church, please visit AdventistBookCenter.com or call 1-800-765-6955.
This podcast is a production of the Carolina Conference of the Seventh-day Adventist Church.